Hello, welcome in tutorials nobody asked about. So it's pretty. So that's the part of my show reel is the map animation I did for some book promotion back in the day. It's the technique is pretty simple. It's a mask reveal, lots of mask reveals. So yeah, so um, the topic I want to kind of elaborate about is working with the proxy system. Basically, when it comes to high resolution files and hundreds of keyframes, as long as we go through the projects, the speed of working becomes impossible because After Effects has to go and calculate lots of different compositions, and if the file like this one was like 4K, basically the whole process is a pain. So how we can make this much more manageable? So yeah, through the proxy system, I will just show the proxy system. As you can see now already, I can preview the timeline pretty fast, right? So how this can be achieved? So as you go through this, so let's go to the artwork. As you see, yeah, I have lots of manually keyframes, little bits of animation, but the composition resolutions, yeah, this is around 4K. This is so so all this runs pretty fast, but that's because I have already proxies set up. But let's just switch them off and try to preview this, right? So yeah, as you can see, it's yeah, even though I have pretty fast machine, it's almost impossible. And when we want to, when we start compositing this, changing timings, I'm sorry, then adjusting the timings, basically the whole work is it's a pain. So how to create the proxies and how to make this visible. So let's say I don't have this proxy here, right? And I want to create the proxy. So let's say I went through this animation, I finished the reveal. I'm happy about the reveal, right? So here it is. Then I find that composition in my project. I just basically what I do, I create the proxy. I change few settings here. So from default it goes into draft and half resolution. I just change it to best. Resolution is 4. The format, I change the format to QuickTime, and I go with ProRes with alpha channel. And what I do is I just render that. Yeah, that's right. So once the proxy is created, After Effects doesn't have to calculate this anymore. Basically, it's gonna play this in the highest resolution, and it reads the whole file from the hard drive, which makes everything smooth and easy for further, composition, for finding the timings, etc. Everything becomes manageable, especially when, as you can see, there's lots of different compositions. Each of them have keyframes, etc. So everything. So that's the way I would approach high resolution, like maps, like animation. Obviously, this is particular scenario. Each scenario is different. This might not work for everything, but definitely it is a way to speed up the work and make previews and time adjustments much more manageable, right? Everything else here, it's pretty straightforward. This is all black and white animation, and I'm just adding a texture behind with some displacement map and some light effects here, right? So nothing really, nothing difficult in any way. Okay. So when we render this, so that's another important part. When we render the final animation, to tell After Effects not to go through this through each composition. We just tell After Effects to use all proxies. So basically, what it will do, it will use these pre-render files, right, and it will speed up the whole process. So the final timings, sometimes from I don't know. In this case, it was just impossible, like a couple of hours to render the whole thing in 4K. Because the render time is like, I don't know, it's like a few minutes, right? So this is incredibly handful system to use when approaching projects like that. I hope some of you will find this useful. Anyway, hit me up if you have any questions. I'm happy to jump on the coffee chat or whatever. So see you in the next one. Bye bye.